Hey, this is Joe at the Pour Over.
And this is Bailey at the Pour Over.
Happy Monday. This weather may have us sweating, but you know what isn't? The news. Our eternity is secure, and our God is in control. So no matter what news comes our way this week, we can have peace. Now, here are the headlines. Today, we're talking about a contentious U.S. jobs report, Tesla being ordered to pay damages in a fatal Autopilot accident case, more stalled Israel-Hamas ceasefire negotiations, and other top news for Monday, August 4th. Stay informed while remaining focused on Christ with the Pour Over.
Here's your quote of the day. The church changes the world not by making converts, but by making disciples. John Wesley. Let's get started with some espresso shots.
After years of heat, the U.S. labor market turned suddenly chilly and contentious on Friday. The Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS, issued its monthly job reports on Friday, indicating that 73,000 jobs were added in July, under the expected 115,000, and unemployment rose to 4.2%. The less than sunny numbers were further rained on by revisions to May and June's reports. June's job growth was revised from 147,000 to 14,000. May's job growth was revised from 125,000 to 19,000. Hours later, President Trump fired BLS Commissioner Erica McIntyre, whom he called a, quote, Biden political appointee, saying the particularly large downward revisions were proof she was manipulating the numbers for, quote, political purposes. Democrats and some Republicans are criticizing the firing, saying it amounts to, quote, shooting the messenger and undermines trust. Here's a verse to consider when faced with changing reports and an uncertain future. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. Hebrews 13, verse 8.
Tesla failed to steer clear of responsibility in the courtroom. The case centered around a 2019 crash that killed a 22-year-old and seriously injured her boyfriend. The couple had parked a Chevy Tahoe to look at the stars when it was hit by a Tesla Model S. The driver ran a stop sign and a flashing red light while reaching for his fallen cell phone before crashing into the couple's car at 62 miles an hour. The 8-person jury found Tesla was 33% to blame because its Autopilot software failed to engage the brakes and ordered the company to pay $243 million in damages. Plaintiffs had argued Tesla was negligent in its design and marketing of Autopilot. Tesla, which argued no car can prevent a, quote, reckless driver from crashing, promised to appeal, saying the verdict, quote, only works to set back automotive safety. Earthly justice has limits, and even the best technology can't fix what's broken in the world. But our hope isn't in perfect systems. It's in a perfect Savior who promises lasting peace and restoration. Revelation 21:4 says, He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. Death will be no more. Grief, crying, and pain will be no more because the previous things have passed away.
Ceasefire and hostage negotiations between Israel and Hamas stalled. Again. Last week, several Western countries announced plans to recognize a state of Palestine, including France, Canada, and the UK, and Arab governments urged Hamas to disarm and give up governance of Gaza. But Saturday, Hamas said it would fight until a, quote, independent, fully sovereign Palestinian state with Jerusalem as its capital was established. Hamas's refusal to disarm is a deal-breaker for Israel. Meanwhile, Uncle Sam's Middle East envoy, Steve Witkoff, visited Gaza to investigate the humanitarian situation firsthand. Witkoff visited Prime Minister Netanyahu, families of Israeli hostages, and an aid site of the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, GHF, an organization run by Americans and supported by Israel. The GHF reports delivering over 1 million meals daily, but has drawn criticism for unsafe conditions and bypassing the UN. Proverbs warns against scoffers who are so set in their opinions, they lash out when confronted. Scoffers are contrasted with the wise, who respond with humility and love. Whether you're discussing statehood or aid sites or who's hogging the bathroom, seek to soften your heart, be open to correction, and be counted among the wise. Proverbs 9 verse 8 says, "Don't rebuke a mocker, or he will hate you. Rebuke the wise, and he will love you."
Hey, it's Zan from The Pour Over. If the last thing you want to do right now is figure out what you're cooking for dinner, I have a solution for you. HelloFresh. It takes the meal planning and grocery shopping stress out of cooking. Just fresh ingredients and easy-to-follow recipes delivered straight to your door. I love cooking, but deciding what to make every night, not as much. With HelloFresh, I pick my meals, and everything I need shows up. No decision fatigue, no wasted ingredients. Total game changer. With 50-plus chef-crafted meals every week, there's always something new to try. And if life gets busy, you can skip a week or pause anytime. The best way to cook just got better. Go to HelloFresh.com/TPO10FM now to get 10 free meals plus a free item for life. 1 per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. That's HelloFresh.com/TPO10FM to get 10 free meals and a free item for life.
In other brews, here's a rapid round of updates. A manhunt is underway in western Montana after a military veteran fatally shot 4 people at a local bar Friday morning. Authorities found the suspect's getaway truck and are now searching a mountainous area west of Anaconda. Residents have been told to stay inside and lock their doors. The bar owner believes the shooter, who lived next door, just, quote, snapped.
The Corporation for Public Broadcasting, CPB, is closing its doors. The nonprofit behind PBS, NPR, and about 1,500 local radio and TV stations had $1.1 billion in funding clawed back by Congress last month after a push from President Trump, who criticized CPB as a, quote, disinformation machine. Elmo won't be off the airwaves, but some local stations are expected to shutter.
Canada has become the center of North America's measles outbreak. More than 4,000 Canadians, mostly children and infants, have been infected with the highly contagious virus in 2025. That's 3 times the number of U.S. cases. Ontario and Alberta have been hit the hardest, with doctors blaming falling vaccination rates for the outbreak. Only 1 death has been reported.
Ghislaine Maxwell got a change of scenery for the remainder of her 20-year sentence. The former Epstein associate convicted of trafficking underage girls was moved from a low-security Florida prison to an even lower-security camp in Texas after talking with a DOJ official about others involved in Epstein's crimes. Maxwell's victims issued a statement of outrage at the, quote, preferential treatment.
Former special counsel Jack Smith is on the other side of a federal investigation. Smith oversaw investigations into then-former/future President Trump's alleged mishandling of classified documents and alleged attempt to overturn 2020 election results, but is now being investigated himself after Republican Senator Tom Cotton accused him of, quote, unprecedented interference in the 2024 election.
That's all we have for today. Thanks so much for listening, TPO fam. If you're listening on the Apple Podcasts app, give us a 5-star rating and drop a review. If you're listening on Spotify, give us a follow and hit the notification bell to never miss a new episode. We're grateful for your support and hope you have a great week ahead. See you on Wednesday. If you like to think about complex issues, if loving your neighbor makes you smile, if you like to be challenged in your faith in a way that's not condemning, have we got a podcast for you. Check out Holy Post from VeggieTales creator Phil Vischer, a theologically orthodox, pro-neighbor, entertaining podcast about what's going on in our world and how to see issues and the people affected by them, as Jesus does. Follow Holy Post wherever you listen to podcasts.